I was giving Dwight Howard crap one time because he was like lifting arms and his arms are huge.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, "Here you go, you need these." And so then we were doing legs, and my legs were huge at the time. I was like, "Yo, Dwight, you need these?" And Kobe was dying because here I am, and like we would all pick on each other a little bit, but like if you could dish it back, they loved you, man.
Right.
You were part of the crew. And then like I'd play basketball with them because they need like an extra. And
right.
like that's not my man. When you think you play basketball good in high school and you can play in college, like that's all fine and dandy. When you play against some of these guys, bro, just walk off the court. Yeah. But like I'm out there just doing the best that I can, basically like trying to dribble and be Jason Kidd.
Damn.
But
you got schooled right away.
Yeah.
Huh?
But
all right, new day, new episode. Today we pulled a twofer. We played 2 podcasts. One earlier with Tito, which will be dropped Wednesday, right? Wednesday. And right now's episode will be dropped on Thursday. We have a very special guest for you guys. Just hold on 1 second. Before that, I want to say hello to the production team. Beautiful Ali, what's going on?
Hi, guys.
Hey. Me, your host, Yassi, always happy to be here. Please, if you haven't subscribed, go do so on our YouTube page, Instagram page, or Facebook page, so you can see the guests we keep bringing in, different platforms, a lot of smart people, a lot of good people. Enjoy the conversation. All right, with today's guest, we have the one and only Michael Jackson. Very, very common name, but this is a very unique Michael Jackson. A hell of a story. And I want to take a minute to actually talk about this. Before every show, I take my time and I prepare for a guest. It's very hard researching someone who's Michael Jackson. His Instagram page is booming. Big fan of his already. We already have common friends. If you've seen the show, the episode with Anthony Woods, he's a good buddy of his. He's an acquaintance of Tito Ortiz as well. So it's a lot of Huntington Beach people in this week. In this week. So before every episode, like as I was saying, I go and I do my research and I prepare. Very hard preparing for someone's whose name is Michael Jackson, but it helps that I send in a questionnaire before every show, so I can see what the guest is like. I want to get a feel, want to know more about them and all that stuff. Michael really took the time to send me back his questionnaire. He wrote in a good story, great story. A little bit of it is going to be emotional for sure, and we're going to talk to him about that. We're going to talk about sports, private life, everything. So enjoy the listen, you guys. And before any further ado, my guest, my friend, Michael Jackson. Thank you.
Thanks for having me on here.
Oh my God, my pleasure. And by the way, he came bearing gifts. Put the camera on me. I want to show this.
It's already there.
All right. Look at this, guys. Look at this.
He brought us a bunch of swag.
Look at the swag.
I mean, I've seen too many of your shows. Nobody's been hooking you up.
I know, right?
Gotta help you out.
Look at this. F45. Go look it up. I got more t-shirts over here. Hold up.
We're going to go through the whole thing.
Oh, we got to do the whole thing.
Good thing I didn't bring all of them.
Look at this. Go check it out. F45. We will be talking about that soon as well. Look at this. I like these t-shirts.
No, dude, that one's my favorite one.
This
I love
this
that
one
one.
is
that one's my favorite one.
Look at this one.
Actually, if you ever see me like doing a workout over there, that's usually what I'm wearing. So,
Ali, what do you think of the t-shirts?
Looks like I got some comfy clothes for later.
There you go.
Steal them all.
I
They're
actually
mine.
did bring some extras for you guys.
There
Oh, sweet.
you go.
Yeah.
All right, Michael. Thank you so much for coming in, my friend. Thank you so much for the gifts.
Of course.
What a hell of a story you've got.
I don't know about that, man. It's a guy's life. Everybody's got a story, man. Everybody's got a story. I promise you.
I agree. No, I agree there, but yours is a little more unique, man. A little more unique. I don't even know where to start because it's such a good story. But let's start with you growing up. You grew up in Oklahoma.
Yeah, small farm, middle of nowhere, Oklahoma. We had one light in our town. Like, that was it. But our whole town loved sports. That was what it brought everybody together.
Football mostly?
Yeah, it was definitely football. And then I was one of like the star athletes, just gifted. God given me gifts that,
So what were you playing? Football, basketball?
Football, basketball, tennis, crappy golf. I mean,
I haven't learned how to play golf. I need to pick up
dude,
golf.
I'm telling you, I've gotten good at it. I'll teach you.
It's a shame that I live in California and I don't play golf. I know all my friends are giving me crap about it.
The best way to learn to play golf is as soon as you get upset and you visibly show it, you have to take a drink.
There you go. It's drinking and golfing. Hells yeah, I'm in. I am so freaking in. Okay, so you grew up, in a farm, Oklahoma. You went to school over there. Did you do university over there?
No. So,
you got your sports scholarship through Oklahoma. Okay.
So I got injured. I was kind of like the main guy back then.
Okay.
And like the whole town, like it's so weird. You can't go to Walmart. Like everybody knows and they'll talk to you about the game that happened on Friday. And so you're like, oh, hey, thanks, blah, blah, blah. So I had really high hopes and anticipation because the only way I was getting out of a small town, to be honest, to go to college, because none of my family was able to go to college and complete it, was sports. So you got to like grind and do everything that you can. So my whole goal from probably 8 years old, honestly, was just like I have to be good enough that somebody wants me.
Okay.
And so I would train every day. Like it was crazy.
Every day, huh?
Yeah. And so I still have farm chores.
Right.
So
of course, yeah. I'm not saying it's easier, but it just helps.
Dude,
it definitely
but
helps.
like you get up, you do your farm chores, and
Right.
then I rode my bike 15 miles to school. And my mom was like, hey, like, I can drive you, but you're going to be a little bit late. And I was like, no, like, I got to do this. Like, the one thing my dad instilled in me was like real hard work and what that meant.
Okay, so after that, you get a tennis scholarship?
Yeah, so I wanted to go football. I'm not going to lie.
Okay,
so
I was going to ask, how did it go
people
from...
that know me, they know that like my one love that I've always had so close was playing in the NFL.
Okay.
And after I got injured in high school, I dislocated and broke my hip 3 times before I completed
It wasn't
high school.
only a hip injury. It was a lot more than that.
It was. But as soon as that happened, I had scholarships. I was a junior or sophomore and was having scholarships. And then junior year, man, it was like...
Crazy.
No one's there. No one was there.
Damn.
And so I was like, all right, like, what do I got now? And the tennis coach at the time, Coach Kerr was his name. And he's like, hey, I'll take you. Like,
okay.
Because a lot of the coaches were scared to even put me on the field anymore because I've hurt myself.
Yeah, you're
times.
injury prone, so a lot of people don't want to
So,
just...
like, I hadn't even played tennis. And
yeah.
I was like, all right, like,
Whatever.
let's go do this.
So were you playing tennis up to this point, or were you just doing football?
I didn't know. I played basketball, baseball, and football.
So you weren't even
I
playing
wasn't
tennis?
even playing tennis till about 12, 13.
Wow.
I guess it would have been, 13.
And then you got a tennis scholarship.
Yeah, so then I started playing tennis, and then I really enjoyed it because no one expected anything of me.
Got it.
I've always done really good when nobody expects something. And so I started playing with the like high school kids, and stuff, and just like goofing off. I was like, I'll beat you. I don't care.
Right.
And they're like, dude, like I went to state, man. What are you doing?
Well, yeah, right.
Yeah, so I ended up going, and I ended up getting so good. Like I was playing him left-handed when I'm right-handed, just because I was like, let's make it harder.
I play tennis, by the way. So
Okay.
I played tennis.
Okay.
I played all of high school. I played tennis. So
Okay,
I did freshman, sophomore, played varsity 2 years.
My senior year, I never lost a set playing left-handed.
That is ridiculous. And you're a righty?
I'm a righty, yeah.
What? That's not fair.
Well, I actually...
I'm not mean. That's not fucking fair. Like, how is that even possible?
Well, what's even weirder is, like, I've always had good hand-eye coordination.
Okay.
But my parents couldn't afford rackets.
I
So
gotcha.
my first racket was literally a wooden racket, and then my upgrade was a Wilson Defender from 1983. And so I actually took out that racket, and, like, I'd be warming up, and guys would be like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, this isn't just a joke. Like, we want to play it. And I'm like...
Right.
Oh, I'm focused. Like,
Right. I'm here to play.
don't worry.
Right.
So yeah, and then you start playing people, and then after the match, in between, like there's a lot of dead time.
Right.
And so I actually hit off a bathroom wall.
That makes me feel bad for all the racket that I smashed back in the day. Just like every time a point goes wrong, just like smash the crap out of that racket.
Don't do that with a wood one, man. Don't do
Oh,
it.
now that's gonna go all over
It'll
your
shatter,
face. It'll
yeah.
shatter all over your
Yeah.
face. That's definitely not a good idea. So now you go into a tennis scholarship.
Yep. I went to Kansas.
Okay.
So I went to Newman University and then Wichita State.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was playing tennis there, doing pretty well. And then I got approached by an agent to go pro. And actually about that time, which isn't in the story, my sister got in some big trouble. And she had 2 kids from 2 different dads, and my family needed money, so I actually left school early. So for my senior year, I left, and I started playing pro tennis. And pro tennis is a lot different because you don't win, you don't eat. I mean,
That's it. Yeah, it's simple. It's like you're selling insurance.
Yeah, so like you're betting on yourself, but
Yeah.
then also you got to make ends meet on the way. So I was like, okay, what skills do I have, right? So I'm smart, I'm hardworking, so like I can coach tennis. And what has actually made me really good in tennis was not just naturally gifted. It was I'm hyper focused,
Right.
with like ADHD and all that stuff, but I'm really good at depicting everything that's going on and breaking it down so simple.
Is it? Okay, so now you change sports, you go into a whole other sport,
Yeah.
family problems happen. How do you keep yourself going?
Man, I mean, to be honest, it was fear.
Okay.
Because like in my family, like we're really close, and like going home and taking care of the kids,
All right.
and like helping out my sister with her kids and stuff like that. My parents, my mom and dad, took on her kids at the time. Like I wasn't ready for it. I was terrified, and
Not
so I was
easy.
like, yo, like I can't be a pseudo dad or.
So now you have to step up to a bigger
Yeah, so I was like, you know
right.
what? Like, let me go and just make some money. And so I went up to this guy. His name was AJ Pant. He was actually Arthur Ashe's coach. I didn't even know who he was at the time. And so we go out there, and he gives me a trial just to see if he'll even take me on.
Right.
And I'm like, okay. So I drive 3.5 hours in a buddy's car, and we go all the way to Kansas City. We get there, and we do this trial. And we get done with it, and we come in and sit down, and we talk. And he goes, first off, you're skilled, but I see a ton of skilled people.
Right.
Because your style is different. Like, you're not going to sit, like, you can't last in a rally over 7, 8, 9 shots. But your hands are incredible. So you got a huge serve, you got a huge return, and it's hard for people to break you. But
So you needed some work.
yeah, oh, dude, so raw. Yeah.
Okay.
And so he goes, but I'm going to take you on for one thing. And I was like, well, what is that? He goes, I noticed when you came in, your shirt was untucked. And he said, but when you came in, you noticed that everybody had their shirts tucked in and everything else. And apparently I tucked it in. And
Without even feeling it.
yeah, just because you want to fit into the surroundings
Of
that you're
course.
at, right?
Of course.
My job is to make an impression, not make waves. There's a difference, right?
Wow.
And so, yeah, he took me on for that. And the next day I was on a flight to Chicago with a backpack full of all my crap.
Let's talk about Chicago. I'm from Chicago. We're all from Chicago. My whole team is from Chicago.
Oh,
Damn, how did you enjoy Chicago?
man, I miss it. I love
Dude, you
Chicago,
miss
but I
it.
do miss it.
Wait, what?
Dude, yes.
Wait, did you miss the winters or the pizza?
No,
What do you...
dude, the first winter I ever had there, I will never forget. I literally called my mom and I said, hey, how do you know if you have frostbite? Like, on my face.
Okay.
Yeah, because it was
Yeah.
that cold.
That's a normal thing over there.
But, no, the food and the people, man, you go into each little neighborhood, it's like, people that haven't been to Chicago, like, it's completely different backgrounds.
Right.
And so, like, really being able to, like, experience everything in the world in one city, like, that's a city you can do it. So you can go anywhere you want. And so, like, whether it was the Polish food or...
We do have a lot of Polish people over there, that's for sure.
About as
It's,
many as in Warsaw.
well, hold on, time out. Okay, so technically...
I grew up in a Polish neighborhood in
Chicago is the
so.
second capital of Poland. I mean, that's
Okay,
what
I
they say.
get
But
you.
so
Yeah.
you had a lot of pierogies.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of
But then, man, there's so much history, too.
They do.
There's so much history. And so you go and, like, everybody kind of comes together. Like, obviously, I stay away from the south side. But
It's two neighborhoods, the south side and the west side. I mean, every time I tell someone, hey, I'm from Chicago, oh my God, how did you survive? Listen,
that's not Chicago.
it's every city.
Yes.
Every city got a bad side and a good side. And I'm not calling that side, bad or whatever. I don't want to be like crucified in the internet. But it's just there's more crime on that side than anywhere else in Chicago. I grew up in the north side. I've never seen a gun in front of me. Let's be very clear.
I think the craziest thing people don't see is the subways.
Okay.
So, like,
Yes.
no, like, I don't think you have the shootings and stuff like
Yeah.
that as bad, especially if you stay, like, above, like, Ashland and Damon.
Oh, wow. He knows his Chicago very
When
well.
you start hitting the number of streets, you got to be
Yeah,
careful.
Yes.
exactly. If you go past Hyde Park,
Yes.
you're in trouble.
Yes.
But you stay north of that, you don't really see it, but you will see it on the subway. So you got to pay attention on the subways because there's always some guys that just doing some weird stuff.
Looking for trouble, and they're on a lot of fucking different shit. I agree there.
But they have the Guardians too, which is kind of cool. Which if you're a Chicagoan, a lot of you might know, but if you don't, there's like undercover like cops this system,
Yes.
or they're retired and they're actually called Guardians,
Yes.
and they actually ride the trains all day long.
Yes.
try to help with trouble.
And they're usually in undercover cars. You can't even
Yep.
tell that it's a cop car, and they're usually everywhere, and they do a very good job. I don't want to go into that today just because, again, I've been talking about that so freaking much. There is good apples, there is bad apples, just like in every, police unit out there.
Right.
And, it is what it is, but they are doing the best they can in Chicago.
I agree.
Chicago is a very, very, very big city. Different people, different, it's a lot going on. So how did you, so how did you enjoy the food in Chicago?
Man, I loved it.
The food was good, yeah.
I would eat everything. I would literally travel
Yeah.
all over. Cafe Iguana was my favorite place.
Cafe Iguana, I've been there.
Yeah, it's on State.
Yes,
They have
down right in the middle of the loop.
Yes.
Yes, I know what you're talking about. It's very good food over there. There we go. More free plugs. Cafe Iguana, let's go.
I haven't been to Cafe Iguana in like 7 years. I hope they're still there. But also the artwork that would there. They would always have local art. So that
there
was
is
pretty cool.
another place not too far from there. It's called Cafe Iberico.
Okay.
Very good spot if you're into, kind of like, it's a little kind of like Spanish dishes, stuff like that.
Okay.
They have a good paella over there, good drinks.
Little tapas.
Yeah, tapas. Definitely a tapas place. Good margaritas, good stuff. Good stuff. All right. Have you ever been to a Cubs? I know you're a Cubs fan.
Yeah.
Have you been to Wrigley?
Oh yeah.
Of course, right?
Yeah.
How'd you enjoy Wrigley?
Dude, I loved it. It was actually like my favorite thing. So when I would be back in Chicago,
Mhm.
I started working for some tennis clubs there
Okay.
and actually running tennis divisions. It's actually how I paid for when I sucked at tennis.
Okay.
So when I wasn't getting paid on tour, I would run this like athletic club and tennis facility.
Mhm.
And they actually, for one of my bonuses, got me behind the seats,
Wow.
behind home plate Cubs tickets, 4 tickets for every game.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, my buddy's girlfriend's parents. No, it's very weird. Buddy's girlfriend's parents had very good, like front row seats, like very like
Oh, yeah.
down there. Very. We used to go all the time. Shout out to Eunice for that. Okay. Now, how did the overall Chicago experience went? Is that where you got your other injuries?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's talk about that. Why, how, when?
Man.
The timing was bad. Everything was bad. But I'll let you explain.
All right, so I know I look giant on this TV, but actually I'm not.
He is. He's just being very humble. That's
Yeah.
all.
No, like actually, what's weird is I've actually lost 2 inches, and so I keep fighting with my wife over it. But
Okay.
I'm 5'7" now. I was 5'9" then.
Okay.
But actually, I'm a short guy playing a tall man sport, so about 6'3" was kind of
Yeah.
ideal height. But my serve was about 140, 145.
Okay.
And I actually had like 2 semi-first serves,
Mhm.
so I didn't actually have a second serve. So most people drops down to like 120,
Yes.
115.
Yep.
So like people weren't breaking my stuff, and if they did get it, like they weren't able to do anything with it. So I just
Mhm.
put it away.
Okay. I don't want to sound too cocky, but
Yes,
that's
okay.
my story as well. I've got a very good serve when it hits,
Hey.
which I think is a lot of people could freaking say that. But if you got the power in your arms, yeah, it's
Yeah.
very, because you gotta jump for you to actually make it in. It's not that easy. Unless if you got a good slice on your serve and you know exactly how to like position the ball exactly where you want, that's a different story. But if you got power, it's very hard for people to break your serve. You just gotta make it over the net.
Yeah. So for me, basically bending back almost
Right.
all the way to the ground.
Yeah.
Like my shoulders would almost touch the ground, and then I would snap. So it was like a half a second from like full extension, then back up.
Mm-hmm.
But that basically started stress fracturing my back so bad. So I ended up with 9 stress fractures in my back. Had to have surgery several times. In Detroit was one of them.
Wow.
Yeah, and then actually the very last one, because I messed up my knees and ankles, but that's kind of normal on hard court because
Right.
that's really fast
Mhm.
and I'd slide. But then the last one, I tore my rotator cuff, and I thought I was just never gonna get my shoulder back, to be honest, after that. And that was in like 2012, 2013.
Okay. Just to break the tension a little bit,
Yeah.
is this where you fell in love with the Lions?
Man, no.
No?
Actually, weirdest thing. Yeah, so a dad's friend
Okay.
that we would watch Sunday football with every once in a while.
Uh-huh.
He was a part owner of the Tennessee Titans
Okay.
back before the Titans, the one.
I got you. Yeah.
Yeah, so then they moved and went to Houston Texans at that time. And so he hated Houston
I
Texans.
gotcha.
And he was like, no, like I'm selling my shares. I'm getting out of it. Like I'll be a Lions fan. and like it kind of was a joke. And then like he would always have the Lions game on, and so like growing up as a kid, like I wanted to watch anything that I could because I actually used it as like study.
Right.
So he would watch the Lions games, and so I was glued to the TV. So I stood through the Joey Harrington years and everything else, and I loved the Lions.
That's it. We just fell in love with the whole Lions thing. Have you ever been to a Lions game?
Oh yeah,
fun
actually,
stuff?
yeah.
They
Me and my
it.
wife actually went last year.
Oh damn, just lately. Okay.
Yeah, so we went last year, but it's kind of hard for me, especially.
We're
right
gonna
now.
crucify about that. Just hold. We're gonna hold on. Dude, I've got a lot prepared for you. Just hold on. Okay, so going back to the injury, career over.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was over.
I know your mom was a big part in your life.
Yeah.
And I know she went through a lot as well. And by the way, so not only that now your career is over, but technically the doctor said you're not going to be able to walk by the time you get to 30.
Yeah.
You're going to be in a wheelchair.
Yep. And,
I know it's a little emotional. Take your time.
Yeah, man.
Take your time.
So like basically kind of going through the whole thing. Basically when I was playing tennis, like I knew I was on borrowed time at that point because I'd already been told that it was
so you
over.
kept playing.
Yeah.
Dude.
Because you got to provide for your family, right? No day is guaranteed in your life.
Yeah, but
and so
that's really risking it.
Yeah, and then keep getting injuries. Like I wouldn't even call my mom when I get injured because I didn't want to stress her out.
Of course.
Yeah. So like I actually that back surgery and stuff, I was in Detroit by myself.
Damn.
Yeah, going through knee surgeries by myself. I tell them about the good things.
Right.
I just never wanted to like add to their plate. They already had enough.
They had enough.
But yeah, so I kind of started then. I started really. I was fortunate enough to be in like a select training area.
Right.
So like I was training with the highest professional athletes in every sport. I mean, back then it was Gilbert Arenas, Jason Terry, Bryant Urlacher, like even Kobe Bryant. Which is actually
God rest his soul.
That was a hard one for me this last year. But these guys, like I know them on a different level than a celebrity because I was a scuttlebutt kid trying to just like make it by.
They looked after you.
Yeah, man. Because, dude, like there's so much I owe those people. Like,
listen, I've never met Kobe, and I swear to God, man, I was out that day, the day he died. And I got a call, and it's like, dude, did you see the news? Kobe just died. I'm like, stop it.
I called you.
Oh, you called me?
Because I was in the car and I heard it on the radio.
I'm like, dude, stop it. Kobe can't die. Because to me, I grew up. By the way, I'm a huge Michael Jordan fan. To me, he's always going to be the best basketball player ever. But I grew up watching in the era of Kobe Bryant. I'm 31 years old, so prime Kobe. So to me, in my eyes, Kobe is like a god in a sense.
Yeah.
He's like immortal. So when someone picks up the phone and is like, Kobe just died, I'm like, dude, that's fucking bullshit. Watch, it's going to be in the news, fake news, whatever, that nothing fucking happened. Then I go into it and my phone just starts like lighting up. All my friends are freaking hitting me up. All my friends from the Midwest. And it just became so surreal. I kid you not. I had to stop the car for a good amount of time because I was numb. I couldn't even move. And this is coming from a dude that never met Kobe. You've actually met the guy and he looked after you. I could only like imagine.
Man, I'll tell you. So like, I don't really tell a lot of people about those days, right? Like, I actually looked at it as like I failed. Like I didn't make it to where I wanted to on the professional tour. I ate a lot of crow, right? Like especially young kid, getting stuff. There's an air of confidence you got to have. But there was me and Will Bynum, actually, who he was like a G League, played overseas, came back. And like me and him, like we were nobodies there. And like he would be in town and he'd start training over at Tim's facility at Attack Athletics. And we'd be sitting there. We'd be in the locker room or something. And I remember one day he's like, yo, what's wrong with you? And I was like, what are you talking about? Like, I'm like having my head down. Like I didn't want to make anybody mad because I don't want to get kicked out of there. Like I didn't deserve to be there yet. And he's like, dude, like you walk in here like that, you're not going to be here. You're never going to make it. You're never going to do anything. And I'm like, so all of a sudden this like guy who's like a superstar to me to start, like every day he's like, yo, where's Jackson? Where's Jackson at? And so then like I can't afford to go in there all the time. And actually like that dude helped me out. And I didn't know about it till later. but basically there's a tier system as you go in there. So kind of like as you're lower on the totem pole, you're not quite a, elite superstar athlete type thing. You pay a different price per week than like Kobe does. Of course. And Kobe was picking up my stuff and like just some of it.
Wow.
And the only reason why is because when somebody kind of challenges me, I get really competitive. Like, it's bad. Like, don't play games with me because, like, I'm going to try to do my best. I've never lost Monopoly, so challenge.
There you go. I've never lost Monopoly either.
Oh.
There you go. But I feel you.
But yeah.
I'm the same way. We could literally be playing checkers. Not even chess, checkers.
Yeah.
And I'm competitive with everything.
Yeah, so this guy, like, he saw it in me, right? And, like, I'd be challenging this guy, like, I was giving Dwight Howard crap one time because he was, like, lifting arms, and his arms were huge.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, here you go, you need these? And so then we were doing legs, and my legs were huge at the time. I was like, yo, Dwight, you need these? And Kobe was dying. Because here I am, and, like we would all pick on each other a little bit, but, like,
right.
If you could dish it back, they loved you, man.
Right.
You were part of the crew. And then, like, I'd play basketball with them because they need, like, an extra. And,
right.
like, that's not my... Man, when you think you play basketball good in high school and you can play in college, like, that's all fine and dandy. When you play against some of these guys, bro, just walk off the court. Yeah. But, like, I'm out there just doing the best that I can, basically, like, trying to dribble and be Jason Kidd.
Damn.
But
you got schooled right away.
Yeah,
huh?
but the guy always looked out for me. And so, actually, I was in my room in Oklahoma last year when it happened. And, like, I didn't call nobody. Like, I left my phone alone.
Yeah.
And, like, I started tearing up. And I was like, nah. Like, especially because if you knew Kobe,
mm-hmm.
you knew what he was putting in for work. So, like, he didn't give his personal life anything.
Right.
Like, I'm telling you, people don't realize that, like, he didn't have a personal life. And so, moving on to that, like, Kobe, all of a sudden, once he retired, like, not only had, like, a personal life, but, like, the same, like, desire and passion and sacrifice of hard work he was putting in. He was watching his daughter's games and stuff, like, night in, night out. Like, he didn't have sleep.
He was a big fan of his daughters. Huge fan.
Yeah.
And if anyone out there knows Kobe personally, I that's what everyone is saying. Good dude, works super freaking hard and loves his family.
I'll be honest. So, like, I would never say that I'm his friend, right? Like,
mm-hmm.
I was an acquaintance. He helped me out. But I will also say this, like, if you wronged him,
mm-hmm. he wants to come out. Yeah.
No, like, he would be done with you. So, like, that being said, like, I loved Kobe, but I also want people to know that there's that distinction, because I hate when people are like, oh, he's awesome. He's awesome. He's awesome if he sees you striving for the same thing that he is. Because actually, that's what motivated him to keep going.
Oh, I feel you. Your mom is your Kobe in a sense.
Man.
Because she's been through a lot as well.
Yeah.
And I've read her story. And holy man, oh, dude, wow. Strong woman. Went through a lot, still going through it. And damn, I mean, I kind of get where you're getting it from. You had to get it from someone.
Yeah.
Trust me, it's not just came out of nowhere.
No.
You definitely have your mom genes for sure. Let's talk about your mom. I know it's sad, but let's go into it. What did she go through?
Yeah, so she had an aortic dissection of her descending valve. So her heart, in essence, just broke. It cracked. So she's bleeding out internally.
Mm-hmm.
We live in the boondocks in the middle of Oklahoma.
Right.
So, like, they had to drive her to the hospital. Get to that hospital. They don't have the equipment there. It's in the middle of the boondocks. And they had to fly her. The whole time, my mom was bleeding out. Like, we thought that was going to be the end.
They got a helicopter to pick her up.
Yeah, and then a plane. We had to put her on a special plane because we had to fly her to the Mayo Clinic.
Damn.
Because there was nothing we could do. There's nothing that the major hospitals could do. And the Mayo Clinic is an experimental research facility in Rochester. And
Mm-hmm.
so we flew there, and we had to fly my mom there. And yeah, so what's crazy is, like, I swear all the money that I had saved when I played pro tennis,
Gone.
like, that's what it was for. Like, I felt like that's what it was meant for the whole time.
Right.
Like, and so, yeah, we did everything we could. We helped my mom, and then when she survived, and the quality of life, man, is just so different. Like, as fiery and as excitable as I am, like, my mom, like, she was always that, and she was like 50 years old. I swear, you'd be like, can you slow down?
Right.
But then as soon as that happened, like, she couldn't even walk.
Right.
Like, she's laying on her side, like just feeble and weak, and like a week I've never seen before in my life. And I had already started researching stuff for myself with like how to help myself not be in a wheelchair.
Right.
So then it was like, I'm going to take on another mantle. Like she was my Kobe. Like
Right.
I got to push harder. Like I can't take a day off. Like my mom's life depends on me learning more.
Right.
And so I started diving into that. And honestly, I owe everything to my mom. And honestly, that's the most terrifying thing right now is like
Waking up one morning and just hearing the bad news.
yeah, and before I can help her to the extent that I want. Yeah, so sorry to get all emotional.
No, please, dude. No, you have a hell of a story. You haven't written a book yet, which I'm very surprised, but you got a lot to say. I just met you maybe like 30, 40 minutes ago, and I can always tell about a person right away. I can feel the vibe. You got a good vibe, my man. You got a good heart. And I think you're very, very humble. And I think you're underselling yourself a little bit. You've got a hell of a story. A hell of a story. This is, by the way, a tiny bit of everything. Trust me, a tiny bit of what he went through. I think you got a lot to say. And not only that, I think there's a lot of people who can learn from your experience. Because the fact that you get up every morning and you keep pushing, that's, trust me, you need a team of cheerleaders just like clapping their hands every morning, because it's rough. Because us out there, normal people, we go through depression because we can't make our car payment. We go through depression because we skip on our mortgage. Yes, you can be depressed about a lot of things, but this dude is going through all of life's problems and then some. So I know it's not easy.
Man,
I know it's not easy.
I don't know. Like, so that's the thing though. Like, it is easy when you change your mindset.
You gotta be strong. Can't tell me it's easy. You again, you gotta be a little fierce for you to keep motivating yourself to wake up every morning and just keep pushing.
I'll give you that. But what I'll say though is you're gonna piss a lot of people off.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're going to come with an energy that they're not used to, or maybe they want, right? But also, too, like, you're the only person that's ever going to motivate yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And so you have got to be, crystal clear on knowing what your value is, who you are as a man, and where you want to go. Because when those people talk crap on you, you will think about it. I don't care what anybody says. So you have to know that you're a good man. You have to know you're a good person. And you have to know that what you're doing is for the right reason.
Cat Williams said it in one of his stand-up. You got to be your motherfucking biggest fan. Period. Period. You got to be your motherfucking biggest fan. If you don't believe in yourself... There we go. Leo doing a little barky bark. If you don't believe in yourself, no one is going to believe in you. No one. You can't expect others to believe in you when you can't even get off the bed, when you don't believe in yourself.
Man, I'll tell you right here, this is a point a lot of people don't get, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you have to believe in yourself because no one else will, but you will never be where you are without one person's help.
Okay.
And that means when somebody gives you something or gives you an opportunity,
you got to appreciate it.
You have to use it like it is your last opportunity, and that is how you get yourself to where you want to be.
Right. You kept doing what you're doing. Now, the good stuff.
Okay.
You found your wife.
Man, I did.
Biggest break, I feel like, or biggest break in a while that you had.
She lost a bad bet. No.
She lost a bet.
No,
Come on, man.
I'm telling you, I don't deserve her at all. Like, there's nothing about me that deserves her. Like,
I don't know if I agree with that.
You think I'm a good guy. She is a saint compared to me.
I've seen the Instagram posts, and you guys seem very happy. I saw one of the posts that made me laugh. It's just like you with the biggest smile ever. Just like, oh my God, like she's with me kind of look. And she seemed like I've never met her, but she seems like a very nice person.
Man, I actually met her doing a marketing thing.
Okay.
So I'm going to give you guys some tidbits on some stuff that I did
There you go.
back in the day that are a little questionable. Okay, so basically when I was competing in CrossFit, I was trying to like raise viewers and sponsors because it's an expensive sport. So you got to eat right. You got to pay for those gyms. You got to like go do privates. There's a lot of stuff that goes into it. And actually biggest was recovery.
Right.
So I'd be traveling a lot for a lot of this stuff. So I actually had like Tinder and I had like the Bumble and all that stuff. But I actually didn't go to meet any girls.
Right.
Like I didn't care.
Right.
But I would put on there like, hey, I'd really like to talk to you. I'm busy a lot, blah, blah, blah. Here's like my Instagram. Blah, blah.
Right.
And then they'd follow me, and like I would use it for follower gain.
Okay.
So I was
game.
I was
Nice.
using Tinder for follower gain.
Hell yeah. Great marketing tool.
Dude, I mean, it was what do you have available to you, and what can you do?
Again, I think you're underselling yourself. I think you're a very good looking dude. I think that definitely helped. But that's a great tool. Just using Tinder and Bumble for marketing.
Exactly. So I meet her. And I'm talking to her, and I was with my sister over on Newport Beach, actually. And I was like, hey, would you like to go get drinks? Like, honestly, I straight up told her, I was like, normally I'm just on here to get followers, but I don't know. Like, I'd like to meet you. I'd like to go get a drink or something. She's like, oh, well, I can't. And because I have a friend's birthday. And I'm all about respect. All about respect, man. So I was like, you know what? Like, it's not a big deal. Maybe next time.
Got it.
Not a big deal, right? So then she texted me the next day, and I was like, oh, well, I can't. I'm leaving. And she goes, what do you mean you're leaving? I'm like, I'm heading back to Oklahoma now.
Uh-oh.
And she was like, so you messaged me and you're in Oklahoma? I was like, yeah, but I will still take you out. I will fly back out and take you out. And she's like, well, I'm going to be in Europe all summer. So she was in Europe and we're like texting all the time. And then she comes back and I was like, hey, intentions are important to me. I really like you. And like, I want to fly out and I want to take you out on an intentional date. And
fly out where? To Europe or to?
No, to out here.
Got it.
To Huntington Beach.
Got it.
And so she goes, okay, fine. And so I fly out and I take her on a date. And then I extended my trip like twice. And
you messed up her trip right before Europe. She couldn't meet any guys. That's it. She met you before Europe. You shut it down. It was
I
like
had to lock her down. I don't
he's like,
trust
she's
it.
going to Europe. Them European people are weird.
She is a bombshell. There's no way I could just, not try the best that I can. So yeah, so I came back and I made her on that trip. I was like, hey, like you've got to be my girlfriend. Like say yes.
Oh wow.
And then finally she said yes, and I was like, you made a bad choice.
That's it.
But it's over.
Screwed. Screwed. Dude, so how long have you guys been together?
So we're coming up on like, I'm never gonna get this right. I'm sorry, babe. But like a year and a half.
I'm sorry. I'm putting you on the spot.
Well, yeah. So like when we met, it's like 2 years. But we just got married this year, so like there's a lot of dates.
I want to go into this even further. Yeah. She proposed.
Dude, she did.
She freaking proposed.
Man, what's weird is we talked about it too, and I was like,
welcome to the new era, ladies and gentlemen.
I said, let's wait, Melissa. Please, let's wait. We'll talk. We go to a New England Patriots game. Right. We're on the field with the Patriots Browns. And she proposes, and I'm like, "Are you freaking kidding me?"
Wow.
I'm like, "Listen, I got a timetable for things. Like this messes it all up."
You know what? Screw your plans. I agree with Melissa. Man. Melissa, good job. Good for you. Good for you, Melissa. But going back into that, when she proposed to you, because a lot of people are like, "Oh my God, girls proposing to guys like weird." Is it weird? I mean, how did you feel about it? Did you feel like she took something away from you? No. I don't care about your plans.
But I'll be honest.
Right.
I am gung-ho on certain things, and with relationships, I've been routinely bad my whole life.
Right.
So I just kind of like sit there and wait and wait and wait, because like I want to make sure before I do something, because it's the rest of your life. And she didn't let me wait anymore, and to be honest,
she locked in.
It also showed me something too. Like you want to know that person wants you more than anything in the world.
Of course, she got out of her comfort zone.
But it's easy when it's your own brain. So like I knew I wanted to be with her, but like I also didn't want to push. And then so when she asked me, like at first I didn't know it was real. I was like, damn. Why is there a photographer over there like taking pictures? And then later, like she was like, no, I'm serious. And I was like, I would be happy to be your husband.
So how do you match that up? She proposes. I'm guessing the 5-year anniversary is gonna be huge.
Oh, thanks for that.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
I have to put you on the hole. I'm sorry. That's what I do here.
I don't have enough money yet.
Dude,
Please.
I'm pretty sure she'll be okay with just the thought. But, dude, you got this. I believe in you. I believe in you. Melissa, you let me know if he doesn't do it. I got you. So the 5 or 10 year gotta be freaking huge. Anyways, going back to the fam, how is the family doing? How is the mom doing now?
Well, so it's even crazier now than it was.
Okay.
So Instagram doesn't know about this yet. I'll be putting it out there, I'm sure, later, especially now because you're pulling it out.
I'm sorry. This will not be posted till Thursday, so you have till Thursday to let your Instagram
Well, then I have the
know.
Paige Hathaway thing. Anyway.
I'm sorry. That's
okay.
what we do here.
No, but so my mom got sick, and then I swear, like, as soon as she started getting better, my dad got really sick. And so actually he had a heart attack.
Damn.
And 80% of his heart is dead. He doesn't have an artery that actually is pumping blood. He's pumping blood through veins. Like, anybody that understands that, like, you've got these big arteries and you got tiny little veins. He's surviving on these tiny little veins. So he's on, like, the highest blood thinners possible.
Did he have, like, an open heart surgery or something?
Yeah, he did
Right.
a lot of stuff
Yeah.
now. But basically, like, he had stents on both sides of his heart already. But they had calcinated on both sides, so they couldn't actually do a bypass surgery or anything like that. There was no good piece,
Right.
and so they thought he was gonna die. That was actually this year.
Doctors keep messing it up with your family.
Dude.
Big time.
Yeah.
If I was you, I would not be the biggest doctor fan right now. Like, you were supposed to be a wheelchair. Thank God you're not by the age of 30. You're what, 32 now?
Yeah. 32.
Okay, you're not in wheelchair. Wrong.
Yep.
Your mom, she was supposed to be a lot worse, or not. She's not great, but she's okay-ish now.
But there's a lot that you got to put into that. There's a lot of
Right.
stuff that people don't realize. So, like, the doctors, like, I don't blame them.
Right.
Also, living out in the boonies has a big thing to do with things.
Right.
There's not healthcare out there that is adequate for these older people that are retirement, cheaper areas.
This sucks, dude, that we live in the greatest country of them all, and I keep hearing these problems over and over and over.
But
Why does Canada have a better, medical
Health system?
system than we do? I don't understand. Why is Canada better than us?
But I don't know. I've been there too. And that being said, there's issues there too.
Oh no, there is issues.
Yeah.
But at least if I get hurt,
You can
I
fix
know
it.
I'm
Yep.
not gonna go in depth for getting hurt
Well,
because
hey,
you can't really
I agree.
control that.
Well, that's the thing. Like, you hurt yourself just living.
Exactly.
But then you go to the doctor and it's going to cost you $3,000 if you go to an ER.
Easily.
Man, I
Easily.
refuse to go to ER.
3 doctor bills and you're screwed. My co-host Danny Blue Eyes, we do the show twice a week talking about sports and stuff. He does flag football every year. Every year he gets out from flag football with like at least 4 to 5 bad concussions.
Well,
and
the reason why is he's a Browns fan.
He's not a Browns fan. Hold on, no, he's not.
He's a Bears
He's
fan.
a
He'll
Bear. Hold
crucify
on,
you for that.
he's gonna fight me
He's gonna-
for
he's
not
gonna
defending him
throw the
right now.
cameras
You see how I
next
got
time.
up, Danny Blue Eyes? I got up real quick. I promise. So he is a Bears fan, and I know what you're talking about. He's talking about the one time where he felt bad for the Browns fans, and he's like, hey, if you're having a hard time, grab a Bears fan. We have a lot to talk about.
yeah.
Absolutely. But no, he is a true Bears fan. At least 4, 5, 6 concussions a year, and he refuses to go to a hospital because he's like, if I go to the hospital, it's going right into my credit.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, especially now. Like,
And then if it goes into my credit, do I pay my bills and feed myself and my girlfriend and eat and pay my rent and stuff, or do I pay medical bills like $3-4 grand?
yeah.
It's
So
impossible.
are you going to feed yourself now? Or are you going to hurt yourself later with your credit score?
Yeah,
Right. So like,
exactly.
it's awful.
The ambulance was around for one of the concussions. They came in, just give him some water and whatever, and I think they sent him a bill of like $1,000.
But that's also, I mean, that's what pushed me to do what I do now.
Right.
I mean, to be honest.
So now let's go into what you do right now.
Yeah.
Please tell people, like, take your time and explain to people what you're into right now.
Okay. So
what you're doing.
first off, I'm tired of like the Instagram models putting out like workouts that aren't real, or they're skinny fat,
There you
or to be honest, they have genetics that you don't know about, but like we do. Or they're taking supplements and stuff like that to help them as well. And I'm not against whatever you want to do. It's your body. But what we do is we customize programs and workouts for you, specifically to what you need. So like my workout and your workout should never be the same.
Okay, absolutely.
But our goals are also going to be different too. And like there's reality of goal of like what, like if I said I want to be a pro football player now, like let's be real, like that reality's gone.
Gone, absolutely. Right.
But that being said, like making sure that by the age of 45, I can still run a sub 5 minute mile, like that reality's good. To be able to say, hey, by the end of this year, I'm gonna power clean 320. Like that's real. So those are things that I can do, and things that I can't do can be placed on that too. So what we do is we make it to you, but we also customize your nutrition. We customize all of this stuff for you, but basically we make it like Subway. So like anything that you want, you pick and choose what you want. So like the ease of everything, you take a picture of your food, send it to me, and my staff will put it together, what your macros, your fats, your carbs, your proteins are, to make sure that you're inside of your diet plan for $1 a day. So if you don't want to do it, you'll pay us to do it. You pay us for our time. But then also we have F45. So we just bought 2 gyms that we helped a guy named Igor Sloney. He owned the gyms. He did a great product, set everything up, just didn't know how to run it. So I jumped in and bought both of them to help him out. And so actually the 2 F45s on Huntington Beach on 5th and PCH, they're like right across from the beach.
Right.
And then there's another one on Main and Main and Ocean.
Main and Ocean. Okay.
Is it Ocean? No, Beach. Main and Beach.
Okay.
Sorry, Main and Beach. There's another one there at 5 Points.
And this is where the T-shirts are from.
Yeah,
they
those are the
F45.
T-shirts.
Mark Wahlberg is actually involved with the brand as well.
He is, yeah. He's a 20% owner. Standing tea time at the Riviera. He invited me. I said no because it's 6 a.m. Bro, I didn't go to bed till like 4:30.
Did
I was
you
like,
say no to Mark Wahlberg?
had to.
He said no to Mark. Melissa, what? He said no to Mark. What are you doing?
Yeah, and then actually even at the same time, so like I've got these businesses. There's another one. It's called Noof Fitness.
Mark Wahlberg does have crazy times, though. I'm not gonna lie. I've seen his regimens. It's
Bro.
nuts. It's fucking nuts.
He's like the Tito Ortiz that'll call you and be like, "Hey, you have an hour."
Yes.
Like, what?
FYI, Ichiro Ortiz team reached out to my team a day before the interview. Like I said, I like to take my time and prepare. So I went up. I was talking to Michael about this before the show. I was up to like 4 a.m. preparing my questions. Like, oh my God, Ichiro Ortiz. I gotta make sure everything's good, everything's okay. So but hey, we got through it. We did okay. Can't wait to drop the episode. Well, by the time this one will be dropped, that one will be dropped. But anyways, going back to your mission, my friend.
Yeah. Dude, getting fitness to people. That's
right,
my
getting
mission.
fitness. And again, I feel like I crucify, every time someone comes to my show and talks about health and bodybuilding and all that stuff, I always ask the same questions. But it's because I got to relate to the regular Joe. And I feel like you're going to feel me in that question. It's always going to come down to price. And by the way, I don't know what you guys charge for price.
Okay.
And this is why we do this podcast. We promote stuff, we plug stuff, but we like to really go into the stuff as well.
Bring it. I'm ready.
There you go.
I'm ready.
And I love guests like this. They have nothing to hide. They're ready. That means it's already looking good. They got nothing to hide. Okay. Is it affordable for the regular Joe that works a 9 to 5?
Yep.
Very weird schedule. They still got life. And by the way, I agree with you. Anyone out there, working is very important. Paying the bills is very important. You need to look after yourself. If you want to live a day after 56 years old, you need to start working out now. Right now. You need to stop doing what you're doing, stop eating all the fatty food, and you need to get involved with something. My job, my mission is to find the best thing out there for you. These guys seem like they've been doing a very good job, and this is why I wanted them over here. So price range, what are we talking about?
Okay, so I'm going to tell you factors that go into this.
Okay, perfect.
Because actually,
because there is a lot.
Yeah,
because
when you talk with Anthony, even about personal trainers and stuff like that, I have personal trainers on staff. I mean, had to have a conversation with one today. That being said,
it's not cheap.
Here's what I'm going to tell you affects price.
Right.
Do I have to travel to you? How much of my knowledge do you need? I have 7 degrees. I have the most expensive personal training certification in the U.S. It's $10,000 a year. Okay. Just to have the knowledge to be able to do it. I mean, I'm working with professional athletes, which hate to break this to you, but they're like the top 1%er, so you can't give them a normal workout. Like they're gonna be like, "Yo, I can do that from anybody."
Right.
You have to be researching case studies. Actually, Kyle, I brought a little binder just to show you case studies.
Let's
differences.
Do it.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to bring it over.
But basically, so on our application, you get videos every day from us. Well, since I can make that from anywhere, right? So since I can make that from anywhere, I'll make you a video.
Okay.
I send it to you for what you need and what you need to work on.
Okay.
Super simple, so it keeps it low. Once you're on a workout regimen that I'm going to put you on.
So is this like a binder case to
6 to 8
case?
weeks. Yeah, so this is actually like if you're dealing with addiction.
Addiction of what? Like any addiction, like food addiction,
Yeah.
cigarettes, everything?
Cigarettes, drugs, whatever, like depending what kind of addiction. Body mass aging. So once you're past the age of 35, you're losing 10% body mass every time. These are the case studies.
Guys, this is the real deal. I mean, I know you guys are not in here, but this
Overeating,
binder.
intermittent fasting,
Okay, all right.
mental health.
Stop right there.
Yeah.
Intermittent fasting.
Okay. What do you want to know?
I'm a biggest fan of it because, and I've been talking about it all the time, because I'm one of those guys that keeps gaining weight, losing weight, gaining weight, losing weight. I hate going into like a strict diet and I'm going to think that I'm going to do it for a year. It never works. But every time I feel like I've hit a point or I've reached a point,
You plateau.
yes.
Yeah.
I do it for a month, 2 months,
Yep.
even 3 months sometimes.
All right, I'm going to tell you something you don't know.
Okay.
You should know it, but you don't.
I'm going to tell you this
Your
right now.
body adapts.
Oh, yeah, it does.
It's constantly adapting.
Absolutely.
So once it gets used to whatever you're doing, you've got to adjust it a bit.
Right. And he's right, because once I get out of that intermediate fasting, that first McDonald's or In-N-Out or whatever, it feels weird. Even your body is like, what the fuck you're doing to us? You know what I mean? It feels very, very weird. But it works.
Yeah.
This is the thing with intermittent fasting. It works. You will lose the weight. If you do it the right way, you eat that one meal a day that has a little bit of everything, and you do a little bit of cardio or a little bit of any workout, you will lose weight. Here is the problem with intermittent fasting. You can't contain it. You can't do intermittent fasting forever.
Right, because your body goes into like a ketosis.
Right. And it's just not doable. At one point, you got to have lunch. You got to have
But
breakfast.
there is a way to adapt it to make it for a good lifestyle. So like a lot of people that I talk to, specifically working, like I have about 8,000 people that I work with right now.
Right.
They struggle with sleeping.
Okay.
Like they're one of the big things. So actually fixing their food and how they intake their food actually helps them sleep. So like what I'd love to do, just as a generic plan, if you are wanting to do something, I'm going to tell you right now what the science is behind and what you can do. Stick with a fat and protein style in the morning. No carbs. 0 carbs. I know it looks good. Don't do it. At the middle of your day. So if you get up at like 9 o'clock, you're not eating anything till 12 or 1. That is your new intermittent fasting.
Okay.
So then this is now able to be continued. At lunch, just keep 10% as carbs. So like do your fruits or your sugars, but only 10% of your meal.
You okay with fruits even though they have a lot of sugars in them?
Dude, you need it. Do you, dark fruits?
When I go into intermittent fasting, I cut off all the fruits. I cut off with anything with fruits.
Dark fruits
If it ain't green or it ain't meat, I stay away from it.
Yeah, but dark foods are really good. And actually, I don't want to try to make it sound bad, but actually, talking about your bowel movements, you'll actually notice by me talking to you about it that you need some fruits in there.
For sure.
Your gut health needs some fruits there. So there is good things for fruit, and specifically, that's your pre-workout of the food kingdom is fruit.
For sure.
Your pre-workout is fruit. There's just as much sugar, and natural sugar is different. There are worse fruits than other fruits.
Okay.
But I always try to say, if you're going to go fruits, go dark. So blackberries, blueberries. Strawberries are in there, but they just dark fruits.
So what do you think the price range is? I'm still going to stick with that question.
That's okay,
just, Just like throw,
so you have this
just like on average. I'm not saying it's got to be that number.
So I'm going to give you the same thing that I tell every one of my people.
Right.
If you come to me solo, it's $30 a month.
Wait, what?
Oh, I know you were expecting 500.
No, I was not. I was
Excuse me?
expecting like, well, hold on. I'm not gonna lie. This is, hold on. I'm super shocked.
Yeah.
$30 fucking a month,
$30.
dude. You just talked about athletes and you talked about a whole fucking big ass binder, and I'm looking at it. It's scary. It looks like my midterms back in college. I'm preparing for some shit over here, and you're talking about all this stuff. You're saying 30. Wait, what's going on? What am I missing here?
You're missing our back end and our team, man.
Okay.
Just like you talked about in your last one, your team and your support system is everything. So is mine. I put everything in a system. I put everything so that everybody can follow it. It makes it simple, and my team puts it all together. I have programs already pre-built. I know exactly what to take out once I do your intake. So in 10 minutes, I know exactly what you need to start you on, and then you go forward. And then anything
I
you want
wasn't
from that
lying
point.
by saying you're really underselling yourself. You really checked all the boxes on that one. Little $30 a month.
$30 a month. Our most expensive product is $650.
Okay.
But you don't need it.
Right.
The average person, I'm going to straight up tell you, if you're paying over $150 a month, you're wasting your money.
Okay. All right. Hold. This is a lot of things. Right now, I'm having like a, malfunction right now.
Yep.
Okay. $30 a month.
Yep.
Let's say $30 to $100 a month. You say this can go up to $650. You don't need
Yep.
it. Great. Let's say a $30 to $100 a
Yep.
month plan. What does it get you? Does it get you meals, workouts?
It gets you your workouts. It gets you your consultations. You have your coaching staff, your nutritionist, and a doctor.
Okay.
You have all
And
of
you
it.
send them monthly workouts, monthly
Well, see,
everything
it comes up on your phone every day. So
every day.
you pull up your workout. Actually, I just got a message from him. That's freaking funny. Actually, somebody's watching.
How many people on your team do you? I mean, how many people are
So
in your
you
team?
pull up the app.
Right.
All right. So you click your workout.
Uh-huh.
You click what the workout is. There it is. Then you click like.
What's the app called?
So it's a private app.
You gotta send it
Yeah.
to them for them to get it. I got it.
You've got to go to my website.
Right.
You click it. I'll send it to you, and
Mhm.
it'll say GetFit brand because
Got
there's
it.
too many GetFits out there. They're all
I got
fake.
you. I got you.
You send it to me. You get that, and then basically for everything you want upgraded, that's it. So three times a week, that's what you're getting. You get a workout from me. It's specialized to you. You work it out. But then if you want more, add a day, you add a little bit of money. You want more check-ins with your coach, you add a little bit of money. You take pictures of your food, you add money. So basically, if you're the most self-motivated person, it's $30 a month. And I'll even give you one better. You bring me a group of people.
I'm bringing you a group right now. I'm gonna enroll everyone in my team.
No.
Once you're done, I'm enrolling every single
Seriously.
person in my team.
You-
I'm
you-
not joking, by the way, people.
I'll drop it down to $15 as soon as you
Stop!
get me
No,
25
you're not.
people.
Stop!
Swear to you.
I
No,
want
do
you
it
to
for
make some
everybody.
money. Just okay. Want you to make some money
Because at
it's
$30, part of yours goes to a donation I helped the Boys and Girls Club of America.
and you're doing charity as well.
Bro, it's
Okay.
it's all about giving back.
I'm very straight, but I'm kind of jealous of Melissa right now. Jesus effing Christ. Holy cow, man.
Next month we're doing a big breast cancer thing. So the shirts I was telling you that hadn't come in yet.
I will tell you this. Whatever you need from me and my team to help with any cause, we are available to you, my
Appreciate
friend,
it.
for free at any time, at
Appreciate
any
it.
day. I'm not joking. We'd love to help in our community as well. We want to get involved more.
Okay.
And yeah, dude, just we're always a phone call
He
away.
doesn't understand what you just asked for. Melissa,
dude.
you'll have to explain to him.
We're gonna meet Melissa. Trust me, we have to meet Melissa. I have to meet Melissa. All right. I'm gonna have everything about what Michael just said in his link down below.
Okay.
So please go follow his Instagram page. Please.
Hey, also on my Instagram page, I post out a workout every day. So that even if you don't have money, like I don't want to hear it. Follow me. There's a workout every single day. Post me your results. I swear to you, when I have free time, I get on there and I give feedback.
I don't know what else to say. I really don't. Now, I don't know how to actually follow that up. But okay. I've still got a plan for the show.
Okay, let's do
Great. I want to talk some football with you.
Ooh.
I want to talk some football with you. You're a Lions fan.
Man, did
You,
we
I
say that on
have
air?
to. I have to
Jeez.
because first of all, I know you're not happy with the whole. Okay, why are you not happy with Matt Patricia?
All right, it's really simple.
Okay.
Martha Ford came out
Okay.
when Jim Caldwell was our coach, and he said, listen, Schwartz got kicked out. Now Caldwell's gone because we want a winning atmosphere. You guys deserve it. We're going to give you a winning atmosphere.
Okay.
We hire Matt Patricia, and
Mm-hmm.
we've routinely gotten worse. 5 wins, 4 wins. I promise you it's going to be 3 wins this year. It's just going to happen. I know it.
I get it, but are you blaming Matt Patricia for the whole thing? Matt Stafford is good.
Matt Patricia.
Galloway is good. Everyone is doing
so
their
if Matt
job.
Patricia is watching this, like, dude, like, I'm being serious
Right.
right here. I will show you the X's and O's why your play calls are bad pre-snap.
Give him a call.
No, I'm serious. It's so bad that, like, even
First of all, I agree with you with the calls being so bad because I don't know how the fuck the Bears ended up winning game 1.
But the thing is like managing players and stuff like that. Like, I couldn't
How-
even imagine what you're dealing with. But when it comes to just the X's and O's and what you're trying to have your players
Right.
do, Matt Patricia has no business coaching as a head coach. I think he's a great coordinator, but like, when's the last time we got a sack where it wasn't more than 3.5 seconds in the pocket? Name one sack in the
I
last
agree.
2 years.
No, I agree. I agree with you. I think
But yeah,
the
Trey,
line it's
Trey
messy.
Flowers got paid.
I don't. I thought you guys were gonna have a solid year this year, honestly. And then you guys were up 27-6. I left the house. I was done. I
Actually,
was done.
At
Fourth
At
quarter.
that point, my wife literally said, because we were watching the Buccaneers game because she's a Tom Brady fan.
Right.
And she goes, hey, like, let's watch the Lions. It might be the only one we win. I was like, And she goes, "Oh no, I didn't mean it to sound like that." I'm like, "Yeah, thanks." But I said,
come in from a Patriots fan, by the way. She's a huge Patriot fan. We gotta give a shout out to Melissa and her pets. I hope they do all right this year. Cam Newton looks good. He does. I think he's gonna need help, and it showed in the last game.
Same as last year. They need help. They have no wide receivers.
No, they don't.
But that being said, so she says it, and I said, she said, you guys are up by like 18. I said, we're gonna lose. Yeah. We flip it over.
Oh really? You thought they were gonna lose even up to like
up 18. Up 18.
And by the way, you guys had a chance to win it back.
And he dropped it.
And they dropped it.
Yeah.
And he dropped. Do you guys think you guys need a new QB, or are you guys okay with Stafford?
I mean, honestly, I love Stafford.
Okay.
I love Stafford. He's a great dude, great charity guy, like great family man. But I think we're doing him a disservice. I love the man. I'd love to keep him, but to be honest, there's no way in the next 3 years.
What else can he go where he would get a starting job?
I honestly was hoping he'd go to the Patriots. Before they had Cam?
Before Cam, yeah,
when
maybe.
They had Stidham?
Well, hey, the Bears might be looking for someone very soon.
I couldn't handle that, though. He got to get out of the division. He's got to get out of the division.
I got you. Yeah, that would be kind of be like a whole nother Brett Favre all over again.
That would just hurt. Just to watch him just destroy us when he was the only good thing we still had on our team.
That division is tough. You got Aaron Rodgers in your division. You got...
Dude, we're the only organization that had 2 Hall of Famers retire early.
Well, hey, the Colts had Andrew Luck retire early, so if that makes you feel any better.
Calvin Johnson, who won't even talk to us.
He's done. He's like, I'm over.
And Barry Sanders is like, nah, dude, I'm out.
Okay, if you had to choose right now, who would you put? I mean, if you had to put money right now on one team who's going to win it all, who would it be?
I mean, to be honest, you got to go for the Chiefs.
Okay. Baltimore, no?
No.
They look scary. They look scary, man.
They did last year too, but the thing is they're not consistent enough because
they're young.
You only need one game in the playoffs that you aren't there, and it's
young.
over.
He's young. I think he's gonna be better this year.
It's not him I'm worried about. It's actually the linebacker core of their defense.
Okay.
Patrick Queen played well, but that's where their struggles are. Is their linebacker core.
They have a good O line. They have good wide receivers.
Their offense is great. It's their defense.
Their defense is
Tony Jefferson. Love that dude. I'm just telling you. That dude is a baller. He gets. I know the guy. He's good. He went to OU. Great dude. But I think they're good. I think they'll be up there. But I don't see anybody beating the Chiefs right now. But if I was gonna pick a dark horse, to win.
Give me your sleeper team that you think.
Sleeper team to get in the playoffs is gonna be the Raiders. 100%.
Yeah, I don't think that's what they did to the Saints was embarrassing, by the way.
But my sleeper team to actually win it would actually probably be the Patriots, just because you can't ever count Bill Belichick out.
I don't see it.
And Cam Newton, it's actually Cam Newton the reason I say it. Cam Newton's playing for no money this year.
I agree.
And he's got a lot to prove.
It's pathetic that we just paid Nick Foles a buku of money at the Bears, and freaking Cam Newton was available at $1.5 million or whatever the hell the Patriots signed him for. It's pathetic. But
that being said, they're taking the playbook out of the Tennessee Titans. They're trying to control the clock. So if they do that in the playoffs, you can keep the other offense off the field. You got a shot. And Cam Newton, as long as they don't do that stupid run play that I called was going to be bad the other day.
Dude, as bad as it gets with the Lions, as bad as it gets.
And he brings it back to the Lions.
Listen, we traded up for the garbage QB we have right now. And we missed on Watson, and we missed on Mahomes.
Yeah.
We can't sleep at night anymore.
We got Eric Ebron.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Okay. He left us and became a Pro Bowler at the Colts.
We have Trubisky. Come on, let's not start comparing. We have I don't like saying his name in this podcast.
Okay.
You made me say his name in this podcast. We have fucking Trubisky.
Okay. But how many players have you drafted since 2013 that are still on the team?
Couple.
One,
yeah.
We have one.
You
guys don't. We have one.
All right.
One player still on the team from what we drafted. We're awesome. Hey, call the Patriots up. See who their backup is. That'll be our starter next year. Promise.
Okay. Any other sports that you watch besides football? Do you watch any NBA games? Any UFC?
Love NBA. Love NBA.
Do you watch any UFC at all?
Yes. Do you watch? Actually, there's a big fight coming up.
Yes, it is, and we're gonna talk about that. Okay. So NBA question. I have 2 questions in the NBA. Okay. Who do you think is gonna close the deal this year?
Close the deal. It's gonna be the Lakers. It's gonna be the Lakers in Miami. I think Jimmy Butler is going to force them to even one game, but I see like a...
True what? True like you expect it to be like a 5-game series?
It's going to be a 5-game series.
You think so?
Jimmy Butler is going to pull them to one game.
I think it's gonna be more than 5, but I don't know. That's just me.
I see him at least getting 1.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
no, I don't think the Lakers going to get beat. They're wanting it too bad.
You don't think the Nuggets might do another 3rd repeat in a row, going
I
down
think there
3-1,
is
and
absolute zero chance of that.
zero chance?
Zero
I'm gonna
chance.
hold you to that.
And
if it
I think
happens.
the Nuggets are awesome. I think they're young. I think Murray's balling.
If it happens, I'm gonna call you back in the show.
Dude,
and
you call it back, and I'll buy you some McAllen.
Well, I don't know what that is, but I like. Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
I'll take it. I will take it. This I keep having this argument with a lot of different people.
Yeah.
And I want to hear your opinion about it. Hope it's not gonna get too sad for you, but
Okay.
I can't put LeBron over Kobe. I just can't.
Man.
I just cannot put him as the best ever in that Mount Rushmore because we know number 1 is MJ.
Right.
To all you guys that think LeBron is better than MJ, seriously, wake up.
Yeah.
I'm not joking. Wake up.
I'm never going to do that.
Okay.
Like,
I can't even put him over Kobe. I can't.
man, see, this is what's tough. And the thing is like, MJ is better than Kobe.
Yep.
Kobe said it.
Yep.
Kobe said it so many times.
Yep. Listen, if there was a blueprint of how to be MJ, Kobe had that
Yeah,
blueprint.
exactly. I mean, I
He
think he
picked
actually said that one time.
everything from. There would be no Kobe without Michael Jordan.
But I'll say this: you got 1, and then you got 1A, and that's Kobe.
yeah. Oh
you
God.
got 1.
Absolutely.
Actually, I'll go. 1 is Kobe. Or is
Everything like
Michael
Mike.
Jordan. 1A would be LeBron. 1B would be Kobe. But also, don't forget to put Shaq up there. He deserved to be up there. It's a different era then than it is now, but he deserves to be up there.
As what, top 5 ever or top 4?
I'd say top 5.
Well, you got Kareem, you got Magic, you got.
It's hard for us to really
Right.
even. I don't even go back that far. The only reason why is because the game was
But
so
do you
different.
going back to my question? Could you actually have LeBron over Kobe? Do you have him slightly better
I have him better than Kobe.
because of stats or
Nah, because what he's done for some of these teams. I mean, he took
what teams?
He took the Cavaliers before he left, with nobody else on him,
To Eastern Final?
to the Eastern Final.
Was an empty Eastern Final. Who was the best team?
True, but here's my one point.
Okay.
The one time he got help, he went to
The
Miami.
one time he got help.
When he went to Miami,
That was the only time
he had
he
2
got help?
superstars.
And how about the other 2 superstars? We're gonna Kyrie wasn't a superstar.
No, I'll give Kyrie. Yeah, I'll give
Kevin
him-
Love wasn't.
But I'm saying in chronological order.
Okay, I agree that he had a better team in Miami than he
Right.
did the second time with
With
Cleveland.
the first time with Cleveland, and then when he went to Miami, he basically that's when equality is the same as when Kobe had Shaq in LA.
Okay.
That's kind of how I see both those teams.
Okay.
They were both studs. Nobody really was beating him. The Mavericks did some crazy stuff that year to win that
They
they
did.
didn't. But that's kind of how those 2 teams were.
Kudos to Mark Cuban. I mean, when he
Oh, yeah.
put that team together, everybody thought that he was crazy.
Old Man River team.
Old man River team. He thought he was nuts, but he pulled it through. And Mark Cuban is a winner. He likes to win. He doesn't like to lose.
It's true. But then when he went back to Cleveland, Kyrie is good. I'm not even going to doubt that. But
Well, he shot the shot of shots that won him that ship.
he didn't have a 3.
Who? Kyrie?
No, LeBron.
LeBron,
When
he
he
didn't
came
have a
back,
3,
he didn't
right?
have a
Okay.
3. He had a great supporting cast,
Right.
and he was close. But also, you're playing the Clippers, dude, who were or not the Clippers, the Golden State Warriors, who were the best team, honestly, I've ever seen as a combined group shooting the ball and just completely beat a rough and tough team.
Okay.
Which is crazy because this year it's not about shooting; it's more about being rough and tough.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's old school basketball and a new age basketball. It's so weird.
I agree. I know your buddy Kyle is a big Clippers fan. What do you blame? I feel bad doing this because I thought the Clippers were going to win it, but I feel bad for Kyle over there. Okay, so how did it go south for the Clippers? Who do you blame? If you had one person you got to point a finger at, who's it going to be?
To be honest,
Uh-huh.
all the distractions going on outside.
Distractions.
Yeah.
In what way?
Dude, every day right now, people are talking about BLM. Every day.
Oh, you're talking about that side. Okay.
Yeah, everybody's talking about coronavirus. Also, you're putting these guys in a hotel room or a short little term basis. They're in a bubble.
Right.
They don't get to do their normal day.
Right.
Bro, you forget how many pro players are religious about their thing. they have to wake up at exactly this time. They have to eat exactly this from this place.
But that's for everyone, though.
True.
It's not like the Lakers got better treatments than the Lakers.
True.
Everyone is under
but
the
I'm saying
same.
those distractions became so loud
Okay.
that like I just think that they
couldn't get
they
through
weren't
it.
ready.
Okay.
Like mentally, they weren't just there.
Okay. To me, and I said this before, I gotta blame Doc, because when you're getting paid the big bucks and you can't bring your team, that team, which was the scariest team in the league. Let's be very clear.
You want to go on a player? I'll blame playoff P.
Playoff P.
I can't blame Doc because Doc has done
playoff
so
P?
good. He
Playoff
shot
P.
terrible.
He was. Listen. Why
He
do we
shot
blame the
terrible.
number? Why do we blame the Scottie Pippen? Playoff P is Scott. What is he, Mike? What? Hold up.
No, I just feel like.
What are you talking
I just
about?
feel like if we heard that right now,
Oh, that's fine. He can. That's
podcast
fine.
is gonna go on fire. It's gonna break
That
the internet.
that is so okay. He's the Scottie Pippen of that team.
No, he's
period.
he's just. But he was supposed to be. When he was
They
with the
brought him
Thunder,
for a bigger role. I agree.
He shot the 3-ball like crazy, one of the best in the league, and
Right.
then he shot like 3 of 13. Like
No, and hey, Kawhi shot 1 for 11 in that last game in the second
Exactly,
half.
exactly.
1 of 11.
Yep.
At this point,
and they're both ball hogs.
They're
Like
both
not as in a negative way, but
Right.
like they're ball dominant. They
Right.
need to be dribbling the ball. They can't just catch and shoot.
I agree. I
So,
agree.
yeah, no, it was just.
And
it
then
was
you
tough to
add in
watch.
Lou in there to that mixture as well. It's
Man, talk about a bargain basement guy who's been a stud for so long,
he has
undervalued.
been a stud. Super. I don't
But
know.
he's not the sixth man of the year. I hate that crap. Kyle always brings that crap up. He's not the sixth man of the year to me because when you sit on the bench for the first play and then came in for the 2 years that he won sixth man of the
What?
year.
Well, yeah, well, that's how the rules
Man,
are
you-
rules.
You played the whole
Rules
game.
are
You're
rules.
not a
He
sixth
comes
man.
out at the bench. He's not a starter. Rules are.
I get it. I get
When D Wade was coming out at the bench for the Cleveland Cavaliers for that little short
Yeah.
stint, he wasn't
what-
a starter.
Okay, but Andre Iguodala, when he won the sixth man of the year,
He wasn't a starter.
not a starter.
Not a
But
starter.
that dude came off the bench and gave them life.
I agree.
Sweet Lou
Is
came
that
in
this
to
is-
be the starter.
Yep.
He came in to be the starter. One play, then put.
I do agree. He's much more talented than Pat Beverly, but
Yeah.
he should be a starter. I
I
don't know
agree.
why he's not. I think
And he's never been paid.
he's never been paid.
He's never been
Super
paid.
underpaid. Super underpaid. Okay.
All right.
UFC. We got a big card this year.
Oh, yeah.
This weekend, this Saturday. Costa versus Adesanya. Where do you see that fight going?
Adesanya.
Okay.
I just don't see it any other way. He's got the reach. He's got the height.
Give me a breakdown.
Guy's a dog.
How do you see that fight going?
I don't know how it's gonna go. Because
Okay.
to be honest, the one thing in MMA, so a partner of mine, good buddy of mine, he trains a lot of these guys.
Mm-hmm.
He's actually working with Cyborg's camp right now. She has one coming up.
Cyborg is one of the best.
Anthony talked about him. His name's Thomas Foe. Shout out to you, Thomas. But the thing is that guy will tell you, you don't really know because how much your chin's going to take. It takes 1 minute, 1 second of a bad position, and it's over.
You're done.
Yeah, but I'm going to tell you, I haven't been excited for a good MMA fight for a long time.
I believe this is so I
Two
think,
undefeated.
2 undefeated. I think it's only the second time that it happened where they're fighting for a belt.
Yes, and they're both dogs. Like
They're
they
both
are
dogs.
both going to just go after it.
I'm with you on the Adesanya pick. The only thing is, man, Costa's pitbull.
I'll tell you
Not
this
only
though,
he's gonna keep because he's not gonna come in with the same attitude as what's his name? God damn it, the other guy, the Dominican guy. Oh God, I'm having a brain fart right now. But Izzy's last fight,
Okay.
he was just running around because his dancing partner did not want to fight.
Right.
Costa's gonna keep coming after him.
True, but here's the thing that I think is going to be the difference. If he gets to the ground, Adesanya is going to win. I think if Costa
If he gets to the
stands up-
ground, okay.
like if most of the fight is on the ground, I see it that way. But if I think Costa's winning
Right.
has to come from him standing up.
Right. I'll give you. No, Izzy is a very smart fighter. Saul Bender is a very, very
Yep.
smart. His IQ is tremendous.
But that means if he's standing up, and that's his win condition. He's got to get close and closer than he wants to be. So he takes one shot. It could be it.
I did believe Dana when he said this will probably be the fight of the year.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah.
I will say there's so many of those fights that are hype.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely I'm tuning in for this one because I honestly think this is probably the best fight I've seen on a card pre-fight in a long time.
I'm gonna have a watch party over here,
Dude.
and you and Melissa are invited. Kyle, you are invited as well. Everybody's invited.
Okay.
We got the Costa. I wanted to ask you about the last week's fight,
Okay.
Woodley versus Kobe.
Okay.
And when Kobe dominated the whole fight, do you want to see Kobe fighting again, or do you think he should call it a career? I'm sorry, Woodley. Did I say Woodley?
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
It comes down to this: do you want to see technical boxing, or do you want to see fan favorite? Do you want to see technical fighting? You want to see the whole?
Well, it is what it comes down to. Who do you pair him up with next? That's the who is he gonna fight?
Well,
Kobe fucked them up.
Yeah.
Gilbert fucked them up. The champ fucked them up. Like who do you give him next?
Yeah, but man, I will always pick the side of an ex-athlete because here's the thing: what do you do next? And unless you thought about it, I'm never gonna say just cash it in on him. You never know.
Dominated him.
No, I saw it. Like
he dominated him.
It honestly looked real bad.
It looked very bad.
It looked real bad.
And I think he's got to save a lip. He keeps talking how he was one of the best, in that division, which is great, fine. But save some face right now and just retire.
But that's the thing. He was one of the best.
He was.
No one will disagree.
Sure. One of. You can't say the best because you still got GSP in there. You got,
To be honest, GSP could still come back and probably smack him.
I think he's coming back.
Well, they've talked about that.
No. I think it's very serious because if we're talking true, Khabib got only 2 fights left.
I know. That's what Dana said too. It would be. He could see it being
one. I
one.
don't see Khabib signing another contract because of his father. I don't know.
But the bad thing is to be honest, I don't want him going against Khabib
for the championship again, for the belt again, and then taking off.
No, because he is past that, but I still think he could, give him a warm-up fight, give him a tune-up fight. If you want to make that a real fight.
He doesn't need a tune-up fight. When he came back and fought Bisping, he messed him up.
That's what I'm saying. GSP
is always going to be ready. He's always in the gym.
Dude,
he's a gym rat.
Walked away, came back 5 years later, still smacking people.
Messed him up. And Bisping was talking a lot of smack. And I love Bisping. I think Bisping is definitely one of the best to ever do it. But he messed him up. Leo definitely saying it's time to say goodbye. Bisping, got messed up in that fight. But I'd love to see that matchup. I do want to see Tony Ferguson versus Khabib, though. I do.
I would like to see that.
I'd like to see that because I think Tony wasn't prepared for the Gaethje fight. I think he was preparing for someone who was going to take him on the ground the whole fight, which is Khabib. He had to cut weight twice in 1 month, and
people don't realize how hard that is on your body.
They don't.
Dude, when you cut weight like that, your strength drops so exponentially worse. That's a difference. A lot of times you've been asking people, do you believe in cardio? Is that a big thing?
Yes.
And one thing that I wish people would say is it's not just about cardio. It's aerobic capacity, aerobic endurance, and aerobic output. Those 3 different things are cardio. So what kind of cardio are we talking about? Because you don't need to just run on a treadmill. Promise.
Yeah. So my favorite cardio is boxing.
Yeah.
I love boxing.
There you go.
If it's either tennis or boxing. Okay. Those are my 2 favorite cardios. If I'm playing with my buddy Danny Blue Eyes, we usually pull very long tennis matches. It usually last easily an hour and a half, 2 hours and a half, like it's nothing.
Try 4.
Sometimes 4. Sometimes depends if it's if we're playing 5 sets, we could go for 4, and we get super competitive. Even if we're down 0-40 or 40 love or whatever it is, we don't want to give up on that game. We feel like we're gonna win it back. Okay. Like we keep playing every point. So that's a great cardio for me. I love going to a UFC gym and doing some boxing classes over there. You put in a great sweat. I love doing that. Michael.
Yep.
We're going to wrap this thing up. Okay. I want you to take the mic, and I want you to plug whatever it is that you want. Say hello to whoever it is that you want.
Okay.
This is your time, my friend.
All right. Well, instead of just plugging things, because if you guys want to know about me, you can follow my Instagram. My wife helps me with that all the time. It's Michael Jackson Fit. But who I'd like to talk to besides my lovely wife, who I'm so thankful for and love very much, is my mom and my dad. I just want to tell you guys how much I love you and thank you for everything that you ever gave me. And I want you to know that I'm not letting it take it for granted. Like, I'm pushing as hard as you did and trying to get to that next level up. And so I appreciate you all. I appreciate you guys giving me this chance. And if you don't support them at the Husky Podcast, like I promise you, you're missing out.
Thank you so much, Michael. This is a wrap. I don't want to say any more words from those beautiful words you just said. And we'll see you next time.